You in?
No.
But we could be in.
Yeah.
Because you know how this stuff be delayed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we are now in the building.
Okay.
That ain't me.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
My bad.
That's you, homie.
My bad.
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, or they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Yo.
Yes.
What's good? What's good?
Yes.
Welcome back to another episode.
Another episode with the family, Urban X Nation. Urban X's, all of that.
All of that. Shout out to the people that's already in the chat.
Already in the chat, getting that thing cooking. We appreciate you.
Facts, we appreciate you.
We appreciate you big time. Big time. What's going on out there, fam? We got Miami in the building.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Jimmy. I was supposed to call you back this week. My fault, bro.
My man Jay Woo is in the building. You ain't called Jimmy back?
Yeah, I've been busy, man.
Get on your grind,
Yeah,
man.
I've been busy.
Your word is your bond,
You're
son.
right, you're right.
Hit Jimmy up. Jimmy might have some things going on.
This is true.
Fucking around and Jimmy got a check for you or some shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
My fault.
Get on your grind. Peace. What's good, young man?
I'm chilling. This week was like really slow for me.
Slow week for you.
Sometimes you don't have it.
Yeah. No, sometimes you're going through a couple of phases.
Yeah.
Just where the energy ain't right, you got to hit the reset button.
Right. We spoke about that early.
A couple of shows back, we talked about hitting that reset button because one minor thing sometimes can derail us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Something happened, and then it'd be 6 weeks before you get back on your grind. You cannot afford to do that as a young, up-and-coming, inspiring CEO.
I know.
You got to be on your grind.
I know,
son.
it's
so
tough, yeah.
It's tough. You know what I'm saying? So just stay focused.
That's a fact.
Appreciate that love early.
Oh, fact.
Warren Tellersford and Christopher Ingram.
We appreciate for the love in the super chat. We appreciate everybody in the chat.
Everybody. Whether you here listening, giving us your support.
Yeah, be early, man.
We got some dope shirts on.
Yeah. Healing notes.
Healing notes, and I see a drum, which is healing.
Right.
One of them ancient symbols over here, more than likely.
Right.
And I see some chains.
Broken chains.
Yes. Because what's free?
Right.
You know what I mean? We're gonna discuss
what
is free, right? And a couple of different angles we can take at it. But I like to open up by saying last week we spoke about planting seeds.
Right. Yes.
And we went through the stage of physically planting something, mentally and spiritually planting something, right? Mm-hmm. This week I'm going to talk about something we can do, again, in the physical sense. So this is a continuation of last week. So write it down on paper. And when you write things down, it's very important because we spelling, and remember the word spell comes from writing things down. So write a command down or something you wish on a small piece of paper, right? Then I want you to connect all the different lines, that's empty lines, with circles, squares, shapes, because you want to turn your command into a sigil. And that sigil is only something you recognize because you wrote it, right? So don't just write, "I want to get paid, nigga," and then anybody can fuck up your spell. So if you getting paid, write "get paid," but connect all the lines and make it look. It can look crazy. It really don't matter.
Yeah.
Then I want you to screenshot it on your phone and make it your screenshot so that you continue to see it all the time. And people, that look a little strange.
You told me to do that when I was in high school.
Absolutely.
And I forgot the word I put was interception, because it was like my last varsity game, and I wanted to catch a pick for that game. And then I did that, and I had it in my wallet, where I always got my Metro card, so I always saw it.
Right. Did you get a pick in
that?
that?
I definitely did.
Clap that up.
Yeah.
Magic works.
That was my like, whoa.
Yeah. So what happens is, and by making it your screenshot or put it on your ceiling or whatever, it's something you'll see every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll get into some other things because everything we do is spiritual. Okay, my dog is fired now.
Nasty.
Everything we do is spiritual. You know what I mean? Taking a shit can be a ritual.
Can it?
Now, what do you mean, Dad? Right? What is shit?
Waste.
Fertilizer.
Okay.
Shit is fertilizer.
Okay.
Fertilizer does what? Make things grow.
This might be a reach. That's not my
especially if you constipated, because then your focus is like this.
Yeah, that's a reach. Somebody
and then you'll be focused.
No,
so that's a doodle ritual.
No.
These are the cheat codes. Niggas my age. Do the doodle ritual, because I make a doodle offering 4 times a day. Like they pray to Allah 5 times a day. I make a doodle offering 4-5 times a day. So doodle is fertilizer. Fertilizer makes shit grow. Have a command ready when you drop one. And if you constipated because you eating cheese, you could be there all night with your focus. Right, let's get that up.
I don't know about that one. Go ahead. That was a little out there.
Trying to give you some cheat codes.
That was a little out there. But
on how to get your shit right.
Right?
Physical world, all these things, everything we do is spiritual. Now watch this, right? You and your wife can work together on this. This could be teamwork. Let's say you and your wife want a new home, right? This is what you do. You print out a picture of the home that you both agree on, right? Fellas, take that picture to your wife's ass, right? So you're focused. Take her picture to the headboard, right? Now, if you banging her, right, it'll almost be like 3D. She'll be coming back and forth into the headboard, right? And just make sure, but before you do that, you have to retain your semen for at least 60 days. So you can't rub one out. You got to hold that seed. And then at that moment, if you and wife get that together,
you said 60 days?
60 days. No nuts. We just came off No Nut November. That's what some shit. Niggas was trending with that shit, right?
Okay.
So understand, because your seed you ain't supposed to release your seed. That's where your magic is. So take a picture to your wife's ass of the house. Take a picture that she wants, same house, to the headboard. And you are rocking, and if y'all explode or reach that organic energy at the same time, that's a part of the cheat code. Clap that up. Yeah. So today we have, just to recap, we have given you a sigil, we have given you a doodle ritual, and we have given you some sex magic. Yeah. We good. This show, you can turn it off now. This show is we don't cover everything. But we have some good news.
Facts. So last week, like the next day, like right after the show, the audio of the podcast reached over 20,000 listens.
20,000. We're the greatest.
20,000.
We are absolutely the greatest.
So, as promised.
No, I promised heroin, nigga. Let me get my bag out.
As promised.
Oh, I didn't bring the heroin.
Gonna pop a bottle.
We're gonna pop a bottle on y'all. We gonna get fancy on y'all. Yeah, because I can't do heroin. Then our ratings will go down the drain. Yeah. They'll be like, that was really fucked up.
Where should I pop it?
Yeah, you pop it right there. Just kind of give it a twist. Yeah, you can tell this is not a champagne drinker. Right. Let me not say that. He popped that kind of quick.
Right.
Let's get a little bit of that in there, right? We're not going to promote the brand.
We're not. Because they ain't paying us.
Because they not paying us. Let's get a little bit of that in there. Yeah, you know. And since this is for my podcast audience, I want y'all to hear that. Hear that? Hear them bubbles?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's for the podcast audience.
Yeah, we're not promoting the brand. So.
No, put that bottle over here, because wife is going to do a camera trick. Because she wants some of that shit too, man.
That's right.
She'll put the camera on me.
Yeah.
And I'll talk shit for a few, and she can come over.
Shout out to Let's Get Free, man.
Let's Get Free. And somebody else gave us $10. Let me dial back on the...
Tim Johnson, shout out.
Tim Johnson, appreciate that support.
We appreciate the support.
We really do. Somebody else, a Mass 528 hit us with the 444. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
we're going to talk about that, too, but...
So, yeah. Toast. 20,000, man. And listen, I know there are people out there who get 20,000 listens a week. That ain't none of our business.
Facts.
We know there are people who got YouTube channels with 300, 400,000. That ain't none of our business.
Really ain't.
Our problem is, as a people, we minding other people's business. We have to celebrate what we do and be happy where we are.
Urban excellence, man.
Urban excellence. That's what that's really all about. So we are excited about these small victories. I want you to look in the mirror every day and count your small victories. Stop talking about the bad stuff going on at the job. You got a job. That's a small victory if that's where you're going. If you're starting a small business and you're making a few dollars, or it's just off the ground, small victories.
Thanks.
So we are here celebrating 20,000 listeners.
And 21,000 YouTube subscribers.
And 21,000 YouTube subscribers.
That's no little thing, man.
No, we work hard, man. We work hard, and we try not to sell y'all no bullshit.
Fact.
Try not to bring no drama into your life.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. We just trying to give you what we do, and we appreciate you here with us. And with that said, I'll take a shot of champagne.
That's it, man. Let's get into it.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, quick update. The dude EJ and Mantic Bradford Jr.
The story we covered last
week. Because autopsy report came back, and the examiner said that he was actually shot in his back
3 times.
3 times.
And once in the head.
Yeah.
So that's almost like that's murder.
Yeah.
That's completely murder. There is no put your hands down.
We
thought he was reaching and I heard they afraid to release the video footage of it because all hell might break loose.
Man.
That may have been a complete execution.
Oh, man.
Somebody showed up, saw a black man, fired on him. You know what I mean? No questions asked. And it's sad because the father again was retired law enforcement and probably gave his life trying to service the community the right way. And as a byproduct of that, because every black police officer has to deal with more than you can imagine, because they have to deal with racism in the police department, right? Just because they're police officers does not exonerate them from certain things. And then they have to come home and try to teach their children to avoid the people they work with. How crazy is that?
You remember, that was just like in, what movie? Black Klansman.
Black Klansman. Exactly. Same situation.
Which got nominated for a Golden Globe.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Should we?
I don't know. Yes.
It's a black man.
Yeah.
Black man.
Okay, go ahead.
Wrap that up.
It's just everything surrounding that movie.
Okay, we're not going to kill the claps today because I think I'm overdoing it sometime. So every 3 important things somebody do, we'll just kind of, it's sort of like when you go to the graduation and they tell black people, Listen, wait until everybody get their diploma before you clap. And what do niggas do? As soon as we hear our kid's name, we don't give a fuck. We break all the rules. All the rules. Yeah. Right? So, yeah, and it's very sad with this situation. As a father, you always want your children to come home. I don't care how old they are. I still, did everybody get home safe and this and that? So it's a very sad situation, and I'm just hoping we can get some justice, man, because we on a time loop. We keep repeating the same experiences. We keep regurgitating them killing us marching. There's outrage, and then it's quiet again because of the automated world we live in.
Until the next one.
Until the next whatever. But they move the timeline along with other shit, and we just kind of forget about it. And it's a sad situation. It really is.
That was a quick update on that.
Cool.
So this story, I thought this was pretty interesting. There's supposedly a new football league coming out called the Freedom Football League.
Let me guess. It's a gay league.
No.
Oh, freedom. I thought it was kind of like.
Well, funny you said that
like,
because
we gonna catch you.
Funny you said that because
you better not run.
One of the founding members of this league is Ricky Williams, and he was always kind of.
Ricky was a little smoke weed, little weirdo. Yeah.
But yeah, supposedly it's a spring football league.
Okay.
And this is like the third, maybe the second or third alternative pro league.
Because the XFL is coming soon. Right.
There's another league where I forgot the actual name of it, where Tom Brady's agent is like the CEO.
Okay.
Of it, and I think all of these because I feel like because they know the NFL is kind of like a monopoly.
Yeah,
it's like that's the only place to play football.
Right, absolutely.
You want to go pro.
Absolutely. So
now
they're creating alternatives.
Yeah.
Because in basketball you have alternatives.
You have a lot.
You can go overseas.
Yeah.
You can play in a lot of these different leagues. And what you just need to create competition. Why is this dog still here?
Yeah, what's wrong?
I will shoot the dog. I will live on the show because he's crazy. And he trying to get snacks all the time. Yeah, he's supposed to do his thing and then get a Scooby snack.
Yeah, he be trying to hustle.
He be hustling. He'll go out there and look through the glass to see if you looking and try to get a goddamn Scooby snack. So back to this league. So what's the premise of it? Like, is it retired players or?
Nah, well, retired players like Terrell Owens, Simeon Rice, Ricky Williams, Mike Allstott have founded their own.
Are they gonna play?
No, they're not playing.
Oh, so they just founded it.
Yeah, they're trying to have like their own teams. Like a few teams have been announced already: San Diego Warriors, Oklahoma City Power, Portland Progress.
How many players on the team?
It didn't announce that yet. It's only 10 teams so far. Okay,
so these are other opportunities for guys coming out of college who may not be so-called top tier.
Because first of all, there's way more arena leagues than you realize.
Yes, because it's only but so many. It's a lot of college players who can play football who want to continue their career after college, and the NFL don't come calling, and now they have more alternatives. So what do you think about this?
First, I think this is actually cool.
Is it a black league like brothers?
Well, actually, you heard the names.
Ricky Williams, Terrell Owens,
Simeon Rice.
Okay. Black men doing the thing. And
these are people who, especially Terrell Owens, who kind of got blackballed out the league. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I kind of...
And I like the way he went out on his Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
Went back to his alma mater or something and gave his speech there. Because I'm not going to allow you to use my name after y'all treated me like dirt. Now you're going to use my name for the Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah, so I think it's dope.
Okay.
Like, basketball has all these different outlets they can go play. Football doesn't really have it. And football is like love. Like I love,
absolutely.
I love watching it. So I think it's dope.
Yeah, we're gonna wait because we've been
first. We got to get into the NFL anyway.
Okay.
Real quick. So Kareem Hunt.
For those out there who haven't been paying attention, because a lot of our listeners don't watch football, Kareem Hunt has found himself in a situation.
Yes.
Where
a video came out. February
of something he did in February.
Yes.
Where he assaulted a white woman.
Yeah.
Right? Now give me some backdrop on that, because he didn't just run up on a white woman.
No, apparently he was trying to get her out the room, and then
he found out she was underage.
Yes.
She was 19.
Yes.
And he did not want her around at 19 years old.
Smart. Kudos to him for that.
Kudos to him for that, because that's trouble.
Exactly.
Right? You ain't even old enough to drink.
Right.
Right? And I don't want you in here drinking. Something happened to you. Right. But when he got escorted out of the room, she started calling him a bunch of niggas.
Right.
Which is how white people feel about you. Just because they hang out with you, don't mean they won't pull that nigga card on you quick.
And
right? Because she was there for a purpose.
Right. And then he wound up like pushing her down to the ground. He kicked her.
Yeah, he kicked her.
And his friends were trying to calm him down. He pushed his friends out the way.
Right.
So I gave him kudos for trying to get her out the room because she was underage. But
that's as far as it's supposed to go for him.
Yeah.
He has everything to lose and nothing to gain
from that.
Nothing to gain
from
that.
Right. And then she's a white girl.
And it looks bad.
This looks horrible.
This looks really. It didn't matter. It could have been a sister. So I'm not saying it looks. But the white girl just takes it to a whole nother level.
No, it looks horrible for media's sake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Big black football player with dreads.
Right. Absolutely. Aggressive. Kicking on a white girl. You done. You done. He's only 23 years old. I liked his apology. He sat down with Lisa Salters and he did a genuine, and what I liked about the apology was he took full credit for full acceptance. I was wrong. I'm not blaming nobody else. I made those mistakes. I let my team down. I let my family down. So with that, I appreciate that. He's 23. I think eventually he may get another chance.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, because
first of all, what I noticed too when things like this happen on sports shows, it's like they put them out there for the black analyst to say something wrong.
Absolutely.
Do you peep that?
I peep that. What is the black analyst going to say? But Shannon Sharp is sharp as shit.
Yep.
I don't care what nobody say. He ain't no Uncle Tom. Shannon Sharp speak his mind. He said if he go down, then everybody in every profession need to lose their job too.
You've seen the white girl, but no, he's supposed to be held to a higher standard.
Why?
He was like, so doctors not supposed to be,
and police officers are not held.
And she was like, no, he's in the NFL, and he was just like, so I was happy he stood his ground on that.
He did. He stood his ground.
Everybody else, I felt like
bucked a little bit.
Yeah, they were like, which is true. He shouldn't be doing that.
No, absolutely.
He shouldn't be doing that.
Absolutely. And these young players have to understand when I'm in a situation, Jay-Z said it best. If I shoot you, I'm brainless. If you shoot me, you famous. So what's a nigga to do? Right. So if you have everything to lose, you got to play chess. Yeah. You can't play checkers. And then another tape recently surfaced of him wilding in the club. Not on a girl, but just, again, angry black man. So they're going to run with that narrative. You guys got to be smarter than that. So I have no sympathy for Kareem Hunt. I do feel that when you make mistakes at 22, 23,
that's the only thing.
You should get another chance in life.
That's the only thing. Because I feel like people want to just, all right, he's gone already. Because remember, Reuben Foster, just a week earlier.
Right, Reuben Foster got another job. But there's no tape on Reuben Foster's situation. And I believe they proved at one point that the girl was lying.
No, so the girl, she did an interview. She said that it happened once before. And that she said, so they said, like, you took it to court. Why did you recant your statement? She's like, I love him. That's,
okay.
That's why I recanted my statement. So that just made her look bad regardless. So it could have happened actually twice.
It probably
did.
And she looking at the big picture. I don't want him to lose his money, his career, and all that. So I'm going to recant my statement. But when it happened again, he's now a repeat offender.
But it doesn't look that way.
I get it.
It doesn't look that way. It's like, oh, it's the same girl? Oh, she's probably lying again.
No, a lot of women protect men who do these things, right?
Yeah.
And Ray Rice's wife married him.
Yeah, to protect him.
Right? Hoping that, okay, we worked through the situation, and that videotape was horrific.
Yeah.
He clocked the shit out of her.
Yeah, shout out to the main comments always. Shout out to Miss Lee. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that support. Now, Rice's wife spit in his face, did she not?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. And this is not a trick question.
Don't do this to me.
I have to.
Don't do this
because I understand the narrative. You are never supposed to hit a woman. And if a woman just walked up to you and spit in your face, what do you do?
First,
you go, oh, that was nasty. I mean, but you're a woman, so.
No, first I'd be taken aback by that. Like, initially, like, whoa.
Because spit is nasty.
Yeah, that's like,
and that's assault. You can charge somebody with assault for spitting.
Right. What I don't know, man. Don't do this to me.
Or what if a woman just came up on you and clocked you in your fucking eye? These women hit hard. Don't forget they ain't all women. When you say women, a lot of these chicks is like.
I mean, remember I got jumped when I was in 8th grade, and it was girls there too, and I was catching whoever I could catch. So I'm not saying that. You get what I'm saying?
To fight yourself
I think it's.
There has to be certain situations, But to just outright attack women,
right,
I get all that. I don't want the people in the chat to kill me, but I'm just saying, are there exceptions to every rule when the woman is a dyke, clock you in the eye, you clock up back, she come to court and she got a dress on.
Because I've been seeing
high heels and shit.
I saw 2 videos on Twitter recently of some, like, one dude was squaring up with another dude, and the girl
she came from behind him
and dropped him.
And she dropped him cold.
She dropped him.
She wound that shit up and was like, bang, he was out cold.
So it's just cold. Like, you know what I mean?
You see what I'm saying?
That's on your record forever.
It's on your record forever.
Forever.
Now, he didn't see it coming.
This is true.
So it's like getting hit with a brick in the head.
So say he got up and then wanted to hook off on her. He would have every right.
That's my point. So at what point, you know?
Don't ask me nothing like that.
So I'm just saying because, you know, I'm trying to listen. Let me say this too, because a couple of weeks ago we were talking about R. Kelly,
right?
And people got at me because they were in their emotions, right? Mm-hmm. And the first thing somebody in the chat said was, "Doc, if that was your daughter, what would you wouldn't feel that way?" So that person was putting me in an emotional state. We can't operate in an emotional state and make these kind of decisions. Okay. It's almost impossible because emotion leads you to be off balance. The next phase of it is the moral stage of it. So we start saying, well, that's not right, and this and that. And let me tell you something. The people who oppress you think morals is for suckers. Because morals is the shit that keep you in line while they operate right outside of morality and get everything they want. We have to go down to that third level, which is that logic and understanding, and that's where answers lie, but they may not be the answers that you agree with, but they're answers nonetheless.
Right.
And you have to be able to deal with those hard truths when we speak about things of that nature. So I understand people might get in their emotions, move past that, and then you want to get into morality. Well, that's wrong. To really understand some of the things that I be talking about, you got to go 3, 4, and 5 levels deep where the answers lie, but they may not be pretty answers. So I'm not saying I'm always coming up with the answers I appreciate, but they're answers nonetheless.
They wound up even taking them out of Madden.
Out of the game. See, because they got that digital shit now. Before, when you was in the game, you was in the game.
You was in the game,
because it was a physical Madden game, but now since it's all online, they can edit. You get traded, they just put a new character in. Absolutely.
So, yeah, I hope everything works out for dude. You know.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So this story I thought was interesting. It sparked a lot of debate between me and my friends.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So 50 Cent's son Marquise took a picture with Supreme McGriff's son, and 50 commented under the picture, said, "If either one of them got hit by a bus, I wouldn't be mad." Right?
Yeah.
So people were getting at 50. Oh, he's petty. But I looked at it as, I get why he's upset.
Okay, but would you wish that on your own child?
No, I wouldn't wish that on my son, right? But it's just like, I get what he's saying.
What is he saying, Malcolm?
So, it's not just some dude in the street you had beef with. This was like, he tried to murder you and he had something.
And this is a calculated move by his son.
Right.
Because, let's go deeper. Let's start peeling the layers back. Why does 50's son feel this way about 50?
Right.
I'm asking you,
why? I would assume it's the baby mother.
So you think the baby mother has been planting stuff in the kid's head?
Since he was little.
Since he was little about his father. Yes. And his father is pretty much saying, I paid more money than I was supposed to in child support. But let me tell you something about child support. I've never had to go to court to pay it because I'm a stand-up dude, right? However, child support has nothing to do with what my child directly asks me for. So let's say I'm giving, my ex-wife $1,000 a month, and then you come to me and go, yo, I need some Snickers. I'm not the type of dude to go, well, I just gave your mom $1,000. I go get you some fucking Snickers. So a lot of times the guys who pay child support, now don't get me wrong, Some dudes is getting taken to the shower with child support, and they can't afford anything after that. I agree. 50 can. 50 was in a position that no matter what his baby mother was trying to implant in his son's head, he had the power and wherewithal to, when his son got with him, reverse all of that, make sure his son had everything he want, and do it classy. Don't even diss the mother. Don't send him back with the negative energy that she's sending him here with. So I'm going to give 50 a lot more of the blame for him not having a better relationship with his son.
I agree. I
hate niggas who say, I couldn't get with my son because... Now, there are exceptions to every rule. Some of these women are bonkers, and they will literally keep the child away from you. But go to that school, get in your child's life, and hope that when your child get older, they'll be smart enough to disseminate. Wait, my dad wasn't that.
Yeah, and that's why I thought like this was wrong too, because it's like it wasn't like regular. Just I didn't like him, he didn't like me. It was like he might have had something to do with my mother's death.
Absolutely.
And he tried to get me murdered, and then you taking a picture with him, knowing like
So from 50's defense,
but there's also
that's kind of deep. Like this is the dude who probably killed your grandmother, allegedly, and tried to have me kill allegedly, and you're gonna take a picture with him out of all people?
But there's also like a smidget of it's cool because they're not harboring what their fathers had, and it's just like a smidgen of we're the next generation, right?
However, there's just certain codes.
No, that's a fact. I didn't dig that. I didn't dig the picture at all. I didn't dig the picture's response at all.
You know, and to 50's defense, that's a bit much. And 50 is a cancer. So he's dealing with emotions. So 50, all his shit, that's why 50 will respond. He'll respond to us if we say the right shit. You know what I mean? 50 don't give a fuck. So, 50 he's dealing with emotion. And to see his firstborn son, who deep down inside, he probably wants to have a better relationship with.
Who look like him too.
Who look just like him. You know what I mean? To see his son do that, this is chess, not checkers. So 50 is going to respond the way 50 responded. I'm going beyond, just on the surface and saying he had all these years to maybe create a better situation for him and his son. Because no money and no woman should ever keep you away from your kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Let's put a clap in there for all the claps we missed for the last 20 minutes. All the parents who paid attention. Thank you for that bread.
Shout out to MJA 2873. Shout out to you.
Yeah. All of that. A shout out to
I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Kiwan Parham?
Oh, I guess. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Constantly appreciate the support we getting here. As you know. So, what do we have next here?
So, you have an urban excellence story, right?
I have an urban excellence story.
Yes.
All right. This week's story, we're going to, by way of Indianapolis, a sister, Katina Washington. Do we have a picture of her?
Oh, we do.
That we can put up?
We do.
She has an organization called the She Event, which stands for, I believe, She Has Everything. Used to stand for a different acronym. And she has an event she puts on in Indianapolis where she brings all of these black vendors and businesses together to share, barter, sell their goods. Let's clap that up. And listening to her story, she started out almost begging vendors to come to her event. I think she had 75 vendors. Now she has over 1,000 vendors that come out to her event.
Save the class. Save them to the end.
No, not for the urban excellence story.
I'm just saying.
We killed the urban excellence story. That's just the way that goes,
okay,
right? So, Katina Washington has over she got to turn vendors away now for her event. Go Google it. The She Event.
She's also donated She also donated some money towards scholarships as well.
Yes, she's donated to the YMCA, the Kidpreneur.
Yes.
Scholarships now that she's giving money away.
Yes.
She's doing amazing things on Instagram. Her name is Unique. I think it's U_NIQ or something to that effect. Beautiful black sister. I'm proud of her. And let me say this. When I see stories of this magnitude, and everybody's complaining about the skies falling and ain't nobody doing nothing, I'm like, you're not looking hard enough. We out here doing it. 1,000 vendors coming together, sharing their goods. People from Chicago, people from all over flying in. That means you have put your work in, and when you gotta start turning people back, that means you've put your work in. Because I'm pretty sure, because she started out with 2 other sisters, from what I understand, and you know how business go. Your passion may outshine other people's passion, and you know what I'm saying. So, and then she decided to keep soldiering on with this. So we're gonna clap that up to Katina, Washington, Indianapolis, the She event. Yes, that's how we do that.
That's dope.
It's a dope story. So what else we got going on here? Now you can hit that.
Go.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Hardest working man in show business.
Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Kevin Hart. Yeah, you tired of him yet?
No, because I haven't seen him lately.
Okay.
So I'm getting a little break from Kevin Hart.
Okay.
And I appreciate that. You know what I mean? At one point, it seemed like everything but when you got to strike when the iron is hot, sort of.
No,
so
this is very true.
It's a weird dynamic. When they call you got to answer those calls, because when the calls stop coming, it's a whole different ball game. You'll be working in Trader Joe's, like my man the Cosby Show. You know what I mean? I'm just simply saying. Yeah. So when it's hot, stay hot, get your money.
So he was tapped to host the 2019 Oscars.
Okay.
And this is after.
We won't clap that up. Wait.
This is after they couldn't find anybody to do it.
Oh wow! So he's like number 5 of choices. Okay.
So they couldn't. But my thing was, first of all, hosting the Oscars is supposed to be like a really legendary
it used to be
thing.
Honorary. It used to be something prestigious. Yeah. Absolutely. I
think in the Me Too movement and the way the climate is, I think people didn't want that type of spotlight on them.
Because then you start peeling back layers
and it was
of stuff they've
done. I'm cool on that. But Kevin Hart said, you know what? This is my lifelong dream. I wanted to do it.
Okay.
And then what happens? People start pulling up
shit.
Old tweets.
Oh boy.
He's talking about he don't want his son to be gay.
Okay.
And I don't know. Somebody's pulled up one of his old bits from his stand up when he said that I'm a heterosexual man. I'm cool with homosexuals, but if I could stop my son from being gay, I would. And then if he sees his son doing something gay, he gonna yell at him, "Stop it! Hey, that's gay!" Remember that? So,
but in a comedic sense. Okay.
And then they pulled up tweets from 2009, 2010, 2011, and I had to tell Eli because he was like, "For real." I'm like, "But yo, Twitter in 2009 was a different.
That was
place.
A different beast altogether. Different beast.
That was you could let anything fly.
You can get anything off, and you can't now. And side note. Before you apply for jobs out there, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta wash you gotta wash your history. All that social media, Facebook, you gotta wash that before you get on a job, because now they're asking for your Facebook passwords and all that kind of stuff to find out who you are and in terms of your character, because everything you post
is a reflection of them too.
Say it again?
It's a reflection of the job.
It's a reflection of the job, and everything you post creates an algorithm about who you are. So I'm always telling people, watch what you post. Stop posting all that crazy shit, because it's creating an algorithm and they're doing a computer-generated psychoanalysis on who you are. And then they come pick your ass up. Or you want that job and you don't get that job.
Yeah, so he was letting the F word fly, fag. He was letting that go.
Oh, he was letting that, 09, you can let that fly.
Yeah, he was letting that go.
Okay, so.
And then those tweets have since been deleted, though. But people caught the tweets before they were deleted.
Yeah. It's too late.
It's too late.
But he's still going to host the show?
He's still going to host. I haven't heard anything different.
Because I'm pretty sure the Oscars have also did their own vetting.
This is true as well.
Side note, before the show started, I banged my pinky toe really hard. And as an old nigga, it's starting to swell. So if I become a little disoriented and shit, and I bang that shit hard, like, bang, so now it's starting to. Okay, so, I digress. So I'm wishing him well. I'm pretty sure he's going to be Kevin Hart funny.
Yeah.
For what that stands for, what that means. And it's been a lifelong dream. Mm-hmm. So he's living his best life.
Yeah. I'm married.
I'm not mad at that. Who am I to tell him if that was his dream that he shouldn't do that? No. That's good. He's good.
So, another news. So, on top of the 6ix9ine case, right?
Uh-huh.
A lot of people have been, we spoke about this weeks ago, a lot of people have been blaming academics for a lot of what's going on. They're saying, like, you're not supposed to be posting certain things. That's supposed to be your man. You're a culture vulture. The culture don't need you. My son, the rapper, was one of those voices, one of those prominent voices who got at academics, right?
Okay.
And
I saw that because I even posted on my son's page. Forget.
Yeah, we got to talk about that too, because sometimes our views don't match, and you can't be commenting on the Urban X profile.
I need my own profile.
Yeah, I don't know, big.
I need a Black Dot.
Yeah, like
you be in everybody's stuff.
Like, dude.
Okay, wifey has spoken. She rarely speaks. That champagne must be kicking in. Would I be in everybody's business? That's what y'all saying. I be starting.
I'm just saying, like, because again, I didn't feel like.
Did you hear what my son had to say?
I did.
I agree with what he said in terms of how to conduct ourselves and what it is that we out here trying to do, and what his mission has become ever since he has come home, rectifying the mistakes he made.
Okay.
And that academics ain't in these streets and is sort of festering certain aspects of things that he shouldn't. That's all I agree with, and I like the way my son put it out there that it's time for some grown man shit. You know what I'm saying? We can't keep promoting this drug culture.
He's cool with Vlad. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just, again, I said this before, academics is like the low-hanging fruit. Like, he's easy to go at.
Okay, so, I'm not going to deny that.
Somebody should...
But academics went at him, too. Said he was nobody. Because he's a washed-up rapper.
Because he did the video that he put up for TMZ, and then... So it was a back-and-forth thing.
Okay, now my disposition on academics at the time was he was in a tough position, right?
Yeah.
Because he's trying to be a journalist... Mm-hmm. He's trying to be fair and balanced.
And then, whether you like, whoever likes it or not, he has one of the biggest voices. He has 2 million subscribers on YouTube who go to his page every day for hip hop news.
All right, but they go for that hip hop bullshit. Mostly,
whatever.
Right?
It happens.
Right. So I think academics thinks he's more than who he really is.
True.
Okay, so
I would say that I would definitely agree with that as well.
My son is simply saying. And I don't know my son, but I'm just simply saying, he's saying, I'm in these streets.
Yeah.
Right? I'm out here trying to become an activist. I'm out here putting out my own music, selling my own hats, taking care of my own family.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I, being of the streets, know of certain things we just don't do. We don't dry snitch. Academics... Technically,
one thing I don't like about academics is why, because he plays the "I'm not a tough guy, be a tough guy" with somebody else card, then says some tough
some tough shit.
Yeah, I'm just like, whoa.
That's passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You get knocked out for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I don't have my own YouTube account.
Yeah, you need to make one.
I'll make one.
I'm like, whoa. When I say this,
yeah. So okay, yeah. Okay, so Dad needs to shut up. Yeah. And mine is business. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna argue with that.
Well, shout out to my son.
Shout out to my son, the general. Yep. I'm asking for a champagne.
Yeah, I might need a refill soon too. Not gonna lie.
So do the camera magic and either put it on Malcolm or put it on me and come and fill those cups.
Yo, real quick, you heard about this game Fortnite?
Yeah, I've been hearing about it. I don't play. Eli doesn't play because I usually use Eli as a
gauge.
Let me give me. You want some more of that too? Some of that. I usually use Eli as a gauge of what kind of games are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this is like
But I have heard a lot about the game Fortnite.
So first of all, this game made a big splash because one, it was free.
Okay. That's how they got y'all niggas.
That's how they got. It was
That's
free, and then you can buy like the add-ons.
The add-ons, right.
And they wound up making like.
That's like giving away samples of crack in the hood. Right?
Yeah,
same shit.
Yeah, same.
Here's a sample.
And you know what's crazy? Funny you say that because people saying that the addiction towards this game, somebody likened it, a specialist likened it to heroin addiction.
Yes.
Like one woman said her son plays for 12 hours
straight, absolutely.
Straight. And then a lot of kids that happen to go to rehab
from a video game. This is the signs of the future because our children are spending a lot more time in virtual reality, right? So, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of what's going to be coming down the pipe, right? They're going to be, I told you, when they master the actual, you can put on a suit that provides heat, cold, feeling what it's like to be stabbed with those glasses, it's a wrap, right?
Yeah.
And if you tweak and go in, it's really a wrap.
I saw a meme, it was like, in 2008, it said like, don't sit so close to the TV or ruin your eyes. And in 2018, it showed somebody with the actual
shit over their eyeballs.
Over their eyes,
So that's where we're going with it. And these children are finding it's beautiful to spend more time there than here, right? It's a different kind of drug. It's a digital drug.
But you know, it's kind of ill because like, as so sensitive as these kids are, they spend a lot of time online playing video games. Right. Like when I first started playing video games online, it was Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and it was brutal on there.
Like, no, it was brutal.
I got called all types of names.
Yeah,
on there.
absolutely,
like,
absolutely.
These kids would not be able to hang. Like,
but we also regulated how much time you could play the game.
True.
After the homework was done on the weekend, you get a little playtime. Now these children, and because they're always in their phones to begin with, being in the virtual world is not far off. So for parents to have children who play these games,
and then you can play this game actually on the phone too.
Oh, right. Oh, so now they got you that way.
Yeah.
Be careful. Be careful when your children start acting different and strange and all of that kind of shit.
So they also are getting the creator Epic Games are facing a lawsuit from a rapper 2 Milli who created the Milli Rock song. Because they're using his dance in the actual game.
Oh.
Yeah, and they call him to something else, but I remember like I was at
he's gonna lose.
He might win.
He's gonna lose.
Why? That's your intellectual property, no?
But let me tell you how this works, young man. They're gonna keep postponing it because they got millions and billions. They're gonna keep postponing, keep quarters adjourned. He don't have that kind of. I'm not gonna say he don't have that kind of money, but
I'm not gonna.
It's a money game.
I only know him for that one song.
Right, so. It's a money game, and then you know what? He'll wind up settling, and they'll give him pennies on the dollar.
They call it the swipe it.
Right? Yeah, they'll give him pennies on the dollar, and his lawyer will take a piece of that, and he'll go home telling his grandkids one day, you know that game? Yeah, well, that's the way that shit works. Big bank, take little bank. It is literal robbery. It's the legal way that, and that's been going on for years. You know what I'm saying? If your lawyer
that's unfortunate, strong, man.
It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate because I've seen it happen. I've heard it happen. I've witnessed it happen on many occasions.
Because I remember I was at my aunt's house. My 2 little cousins were playing this, and they're doing the dance. I'm like, oh, it's Milli Rock. He was like, no, swipe it. I was like, what? And then he showed me on the game, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like,
they just literally,
just erased him.
It's probably and I'm pretty sure it's a black guy in the creative department who helped build this game, who know the dance, who put the shit in there, call the shit to swipe it.
Because they got a few dances in there from like rappers. They had one from Snoop's song. I forgot what video that was.
Now Snoop might be able to get his money if they fuck around, you know, because Snoop got a little bread. He can keep adjourning, and you know he probably his lawyers stay up, right?
So, you think he's gonna lose? That's why.
I think he's gonna lose.
That's why.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
I hope he wins. Let me say that. I hope he wins. But, you know, I've seen too many cases where these lawyers, you know, they put it in. And, you know, corporations is taking over everything we see.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if, you know, I digress.
So last Friday, Meek Mill's album Championships dropped.
Thanks, Carl Ogilvy. Appreciate the love.
There was a few other people who sent us.
Yeah.
We didn't get to you. We apologize.
We appreciate the support. So the Meek Mill album dropped. What'd you think?
So it was 19 songs. I think, like I do with all long albums, if they were shorter, they would be way better. But I gave it out of 10, 7.5.
Okay, I gave it, I think, a 8.5.
I liked it.
You know what I'm saying? I really liked it.
Yeah, I did.
Why did you like the album?
First, his content seemed to be more reflective of what he's been going through in life, right? He talked a lot. He's always painted a lot of stories, and when he raps, a lot of his hood stories, like the Tony stories, those from like the Dream Chasers mixtapes. But this, since he did do some jail time, he did talk about that. He talked about a lot of, mental health has been a thing this year. It's been like a real big topic this year. And he talked about he talked about like PTSD just from living in the hood, because a lot of people don't like to count that.
Yeah, but that counts. That counts. Yes.
He had some club hits, for the ladies and things like that. So I appreciated it. And then his samples, I really liked his sample choices. I was a little concerned that it was too many samples, and it wasn't even real samples, because samples is, when you talk about music samples, it's like the drum here,
right,
the bass here, but it was actually like the whole beat, and they just added some drums.
They just kind of remixed it, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
So I was a little concerned that it was too much of that going on.
What's the first one? Paul Simon?
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. Why do I always keep?
Yeah, I don't.
That Phil Collins. That has a special place in my heart.
I love that. Yeah, I love that one.
Because I used to have you play that before every football game you played to get you motivated. I thought they did a really good job in his growth. Yeah. Like we talked about this last Thursday, what we wanted, and I just wanted growth because he's not that old. You know what I mean? He's a young guy from Philadelphia whose post-traumatic syndrome has experienced a lot, but now he's giving answers and a narrative to what he's saying. Yep. I can really, really appreciate that. Now, I'm not 25 years old, so his experiences are not my experiences, but I respect his music.
Yeah, and you always say that you want to learn something from people.
Every album, I want to learn something about you and your experiences.
And I felt like
I've learned more about his story, him being behind bars, him not having his father. You know what I'm saying? All of the things he spoke about, the hunger, seeing young people die, how it scarred him, right? And this is important when you begin to lay your album out. So I gave it an 8.5, maybe a 9, because the Jay-Z verse
slow down.
The Jay-Z verse
so you might be living in the moment.
Took that shit, you know what I mean?
That has to be, because we're going to talk about the Jay-Z verse in a little bit, but that has to be annoying that you put in so much work and then people just keep talking about this one verse from somebody who...
But when it's Jay-Z, what can you do?
True.
You knew that when you said you wanted Jay-Z on your album.
True.
Nigga, you had to know that.
True.
Unless your name is Nas or one of these dudes who can go bar for bar, where niggas might say, all right, Jay, Jay, took a L on that, because I think on Run This Town, Kanye got Jay on that joint.
Oh, I wrote for Kanye.
What?
Whoever
wrote. To me, his verse. So there are opportunities there. But if I say, yo, Jay, I need you to get on this joint, I took an L. In most cases, especially if Jay is trying to use your shit as a platform to talk to other people, right? And if he respects you enough, it's a wrap for your ass.
All right, so
how does that translate to sales for you?
No, it translates perfect for him.
And plus, Meek Mill knows he's not on Jay-Z's level, right? So I call in the big homie for a favor. Yeah. That's all that is. When I come out with my new album, I'm giving Jay a call.
First, I heard the track. I was like, oh, this is where they're going with it. I was nervous.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous. Biggie, that's one of my all-time favorites. So I was nervous. I'm like, nervous. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Meek, he hit with the chorus, and then Ross went. Ross just raps really, really well.
He does.
Ross is so nice. Dude.
It's his voice. It's his cadence. It's his ability to paint pictures with words.
Like, if you don't feel like you...
come from on the street, grab a
got a bottle of Bel Air next to you.
Come on. So he's giving me head on the Yeah.
So he just raps. He sounds like really expensive when he raps. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So Ross goes, Meek goes, Meek and both of them got off as well, right? So then I'm looking at my phone. I see it's like 1:20 left.
It's actually 2:22.
2:22.
2:22 is left. I'm gonna speak about that because that's half of 444.
Okay,
but
so
let's just
222 is left. So I'm like, yo, it's a lot of song left. He gonna let Jay get off? Like he gonna let him take him home like that? I was like, oh, I bet. And then he got on and started talking 3/5 of the. I was like, ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, he started
yeah.
I didn't know and usually, and I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I'm also a really, I'm a Jay-Z critic as well, right? Because I don't like when people, everything Jay-Z does is okay, because sometimes it really ain't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear the way he breathed?
Yeah.
Right before he said his rhyme? That breathe had to mean something. That breath of air wasn't just a breath of air, son. He was preparing. Stop all that shit.
So, but I'm definitely a fan, so I really appreciated it. It definitely was the hardest verse on the album.
Yeah. It might be the hardest verse of the year, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Couple in there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I'm not a Jay-Z stan. Big difference, right?
Okay.
I'm a fan. I love his music, but like I said, I'm not a stan. Everything this nigga do is the greatest.
Oh, it was also his birthday.
Yeah, it was his birthday.
Tuesday. Yes.
Right, the 4th, right? Turned 49 or 13 3 times. All depending how you see it. Right, so I am a Jay-Z fan, not a stan.
Okay.
If you follow my history for 20 years, I've been praising the vocals and this and that, but I've been also delivering criticism where I feel criticism is due, right? So, this particular song, first of all, they're using the Biggie track.
Yes.
So they're resurrecting Biggie's energy by opening with Ross, who is supposed to be the second coming of Biggie, according to P. Diddy.
And according to him, he also said that. On,
right. He has characteristics of Biggie. He's not Biggie, but he has characteristics of Biggie. So let's get into some of that. Meek represents a young Biggie and Jay. You know what I'm saying? Coming up in the hood, talking about his struggling, selling drugs. Remember, before Jay-Z reached this level, this was a young Jay-Z. You know what I mean? And a young Biggie. Reason Moved Out was from a boss's perspective, and Ready to Die was from a street level perspective. When you combine the two, I see what Meek could become.
Okay.
Right?
All right. I'll ride with you on that one.
Following the narrative, Jay-Z is the end of the story. He knew Biggie personally. He rolled with Biggie.
And then if you also on the actual track was beef, Biggie shouted at the commission, which would have been him and Jay.
Absolutely, him and Jay as the commission.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So Biggie track, a story has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Okay.
The beginning of the story, Rick Ross is selling drugs. He made no crime. He didn't try to add no messages in that shit, right?
That's true.
The middle of the story dealt with pain, struggle, hardship, shit you need to overcome. That was Meek Mill, right? He was selling. He went to jail, trying to get his life together. Yeah. Jay-Z represents the billionaire, the one who has, at the end of the story, we like to see our heroes win. So Jay-Z's verse was the win. And that's just, how I saw it. Now let's get into the verse a little bit more.
Okay.
Right? Some of the things Jay-Z said in the verse I had a problem with.
Good.
He spoke about gentrification.
Which was funny.
Because his ass is the one that put the Barclays Center in Brooklyn and moved all of those fucking people out of their homes in downtown Brooklyn. Right, so as he spoke of gentrification,
let's keep it funky.
Found it just a little hypocritical.
Let's keep it funky.
Right now, let me first state that the verse was the dopest verse of the year.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But there are layers to this. I couldn't be Black Dot if I just gave you some surface shit. I gotta peel a little bit, right? So the gentrification situation pissed me off because they used Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Who owned less than 1%.
And it was when he was like really pumping that he owned.
When he really was pumping that he owned that shit.
He owned less than 1%.
He owned less than 1%. Yeah. They put his ass out there with ratting and all them fucking Jews behind him. These same Jews he's talking about. That he's not their fucking puppet. Right? But you was their puppet when the Barclays Center had to go down. Let's just keep it a buck. Right? You had your suit on. I saw you and shit with your red tie or whatever. Fucking cutting the ribbon and all that shit. And those people, say it again?
And then he have have like 1%?
Yeah, less than 1%. And you moved all them fucking people out of their home.
Yeah.
Right? Now, a couple of statements he made in the verse, I'm not going to go through every shit. The red hat, when you juxtapose the letters of red hat, we're talking hatred. Same letters, right? So the red hat represents hatred. Keep that in mind. He mentioned the, you're not going to Prince.
Michael and Prince,
me and Ye.
Yeah.
Right? Michael and Prince, you know, they had their differences. Right? And then, you know, talked about DNA, and I guess he would be Prince. I heard Joe Button talk about that because, you know, Jay-Z's always pumping up Prince lately in his songs. He spoke also about, you know, all the things that he owned. So all the 3/5 of a slave shit, all that shit was beautiful.
Yeah, that was ill.
Spoke about the projects and eating chitlins and ingesting.
He said he owns Tidal, but didn't he sell Tidal?
I think he said he owns a piece of Tidal.
Okay.
All right, because he still owns a piece of Tidal.
All right.
So, you know, he's speaking about his accomplishments.
But he sold like majority of it to like AT&T or something.
No, I think 33% of that went to Samsung.
Okay, that's what it was.
33. Okay, so now with that being said, the one verse again, the clever wordplay, all that shit is dope. He's still speaking about selling drugs. I have an issue with that. I have an issue with that for one reason, not because he sold drugs. We gotta move away from promoting and bigging that shit up. You are a billionaire now. The Rockefellers sold drugs.
And they bootlegged and they...
Bush, the whole Bush family, the nigga just died. He was one of the biggest drug dealers. We'll talk about him, but they don't talk about that. Right? They did what they had to do, and I understand Jay-Z's audience is a young hip-hop audience, but once you reach, in my humble opinion, because he's a billionaire, and I'm congratulating that, I'm just a thousandaire, but once you become a billionaire, right? I think the narrative and the conversation needs to change. You need to now bury that with philanthropy. You need to bury that with a new image, because to go from 1 billion to 5 to 10 billion, one thing they never talking about is drugs. And that's the DuPonts, the Kennedys, the Rothschilds, the goddamn Rockefellers, the Bush, all of them sold drugs. Drugs is as American as apple pie. But at his funeral, I'm pretty sure his son didn't get up there and say, Papa sold drugs, and then he came up. Stop that shit, Jay-Z. Just stop it. You no longer have to do that. We know what you did. Leave that shit to Meek and them on their way up. Just my humble opinion. Let that shit go. Right? So those were just a few of the things, but the rhyme itself was dope. He spoke about the projects, because the project is an experiment in itself. It's an actual project. You know what I mean? And some of the other things about, you know, my grandma, they're going to have to do these things. But please do not give off the narrative that that was your disposition from the beginning, because it wasn't. You know what I mean? So those are some of the issues that I had with the overall narrative of it. But I thought the verse was dope. I thought his word, and don't tell me that came off the head. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I never wrote a rhyme down a day in my life since 1982, but it was never spontaneous, like, you know, just rhyming whatever comes to the air. I wrote in my head. I did not need paper. My memory was tight. And what I could do is, which I don't know how he does it, but don't tell me you just stepped into the booth and that's what came to you. I'm not buying that shit. I'm not. Now, I could be in a situation where I'm putting together little 4-bar pieces in my head with no beat, just 4 bars as I'm sitting around, you know, we cooking. And then when you tell me to go to the booth, I already know I got at least 4 or 8 of these 4-bar pieces that I've been rocking to my head. And if I can sync them to the beat, you sitting there confused, because I went to school with Chris Lighty, Tim Dog, Coco from SWV, and they all witnessed me in the lunchroom. And those are the ones who passed away, not Coco, but there were other witnesses. I never came to the lunchroom at Gompers with a pen and a pad. I stood there and would handle my business because I wrote inside my head. I believe he is a head writer. But don't tell me this is just off the dome and all of that. I'm not buying none of that shit. But my final take on the verse was, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was needed. I think Jay-Z is trying his best in the field he's in to elevate the culture, but let the drug shit go. We don't need to know, and you got away scot-free.
Yeah.
You didn't get away scot-free. There's millions of people who lost their fucking life. What do you mean scot-free? From the drugs you were selling. And we used to have a term called beam me up what? Scotty. Right? So stop with the you got away scotty-free. You didn't. A lot of people have never recovered. Remember, crack is fucking generational. Right? Because even if you come off crack, your children might have been crack babies and so forth and so on. So if you got away scot-free, what about all the people that you affected? Stop this shit. In my humble opinion. And with that said, I big up Young Guru. I hit him up. I appreciate the sonic production was amazing. You know what I mean? And so forth and so on. I just think that's one of those things. Side note, is it me or is Jay-Z looking like an old father now?
First of all, the fact that he's still, you talking about him still talking about selling drugs, but he's been a rapper a million and longer than he sold drugs.
Absolutely. Facts. Facts. And he's looking like an old father now, and I gotta say, I like it. I like it. That's my point, because now you have accepted this role of fatherhood. You don't have to be young Hove anymore. You did all that shit. So when I see you with your dreads, or you walking around in your flip-flops, and you got the kids out, I actually like that shit. That's grown man shit, right? So, Jay-Z's a billionaire, but his success is somebody else's failure, right? Because we talk, that's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money from a hood standard, from where he came from. And again, I'm not hating. I'm a Jay-Z fan, not a Jay-Z stan, right? So, Jay-Z started out probably trying to get $1 million early on. When I get $1 million, it's real, right? But now he has set the bar at $1 billion.
Like, if he woke up with $1 million in his account, he
died.
Yeah.
But there was a point where $1 million was the goal.
Right.
And I'm only saying that to say it's some 10-year-old kid somewhere who's now saying, fuck $1 million. Jay-Z has now set the bar at $1 billion. So I'm not even trying to flex on y'all until I get a bill. And then when I get one bill, I'm going to try to get $5 billion. So I give Jay-Z credit for setting that standard. Because somebody set the standard for him. The dude with the, what's that car? In 1985, it was a green 5 that nobody had seen or something. One of them songs. He said, you know what I'm saying? Where he was saying when he saw that dude with that car, he knew. So I'm not downplaying the billion, but there's a lot more work to do. And Jay-Z sets it here. It's going to be somebody else's goal to set it here. And that's how we grow. So what's free?
What's your favorite Jay-Z song?
My favorite, probably Hard Knock Life. I like that, and I love the whole Reasonable Doubt album. So in that sense. But what's free? Right? It means different things to different people.
Yeah.
Free is when you never ever have to touch your toes. Free is when you never ever have to take an oath. Like don't get me started on what free means to me, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's different levels to that shit, you know? Yeah. So,
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, Complex came out with their top 50 albums of the year list.
Did Black Dot make the next cut?
No, we didn't. Right. When we talk about the top 10?
Yeah, let's talk about top 10. Right. Maybe top 15.
Okay, we'll just go down to top 15. Because it caused a lot of strife.
It did?
Well, it wasn't just...
And it's subjective.
It wasn't just rap albums, though. It was albums.
Just albums in general. Okay, all right.
So some of these I didn't really hear, so...
So you couldn't really give too much input.
I have to just, take their word for it. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So 15 was Saba, Care For Me. Don't know what this...
Okay.
Don't know who that is.
Okay.
14 was Kids See Ghost.
Kids See Ghost. Very good album.
That was a little high for me.
But you know what? From a creative standpoint, I enjoyed... That album grew on me. That was the third best album on the whole 7.
Okay.
Might have been the second best after...
You know who.
Your boy shit.
Yeah, you know
shit at the beginning.
Yeah.
That nigga shit.
So that's
Pusha T shit.
So 13 was Janelle Monáe, Dirty Computer.
Okay.
I like Janelle Monáe.
I like Janelle Monáe.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to her music, but I'm pretty sure.
12 was Lil Baby and Gunna.
Lil Baby and Gunna.
Wah, 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 dude.
Wah, wah, wah. That nigga said wah, wah, wah in the song. When he said that, I said, I'm done. I'm done with this generation. I tried to give them a break. He said, wah, wah, wah. My name is Lil Baby. Wah, wah, wah. And I said, nigga, like you was at home trying to think of a lyric, and that's the shit you came up with? Wah, wah, wah.
Well, apparently, Offset gave him that lyric. Yeah.
All right.
11 is Mac Miller, Swimming.
Okay.
This came out. I think this came out before he passed. Actually.
Before he passed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shout out to them.
10 is Cardi B.
Cardi B. Yeah.
Invasion of Privacy.
That was a dope
The
album.
album was great.
Great album.
9 is Blood Orange, Negro Swan.
Okay. Shout out to them and their family.
8 was the Black Panther album. The Black Panther
soundtrack. That was dope. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar put his foot in that. Yeah, he did.
7 was the Carters, Everything Is Love.
Who?
The Carters.
Who?
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Dope album. I'm not sure that went up that high.
I didn't think it went up 7, but I thought it was a well put together album.
But it was well put together.
Yeah, I thought it was well put
I tried not to like that shit.
See, I did the same thing.
But I liked it.
I did the same thing. I was
See, that's what music does to you. Music is supposed to remove your prejudices.
Yeah, I did the same
thing. Let
thing.
the music speak. And when I let the music speak, I was like, this shit is tough.
Yeah, this is tough.
This shit is tough.
6, Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle, yes. Tough. Yes, that was a tough album.
5, J-Rock Redemption, another good one.
I didn't hear it, but I heard 2 or 3 cuts off that.
Another one.
Pardon me, J-Rock, I gotta get into that. But that win shit is on there, right?
Yep.
Win. Yeah, that's my shit.
4, Ariana Grande, Sweetener.
All right, not surprised there.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Yeah, she does. She does numbers.
3 is J. Cole. K.O.D.
J. Cole, K.O.D. Yes.
2,
Astro World. Travis. No problems there with me.
And number 1, Daytona.
Told
ya.
No problems there with me.
Told ya.
That Daytona shit was rough. That shit was hard body. I mean, just to have somebody spit that trap shit, that gangster drug telling shit the way he did.
Flawless.
And you gotta remove your prejudices. Get into the music. I thought it was flawless. I really did. And this ain't got nothing to do with sales, because if it was sales, it'd be Drake.
Drake was at like 35.
Yeah, because the album was too long. He waited too long and the album was too long.
I told you.
He was supposed to come out with 12, 13 cuts with Mimi and all that shit on there, and he would have won. He put out that too long of an album, and critics, they're looking for substance and context, and it was nothing new that he did. It was the same album that he always gives you. You know what I mean? So shout out to the winners. And where was Nicki?
She wasn't on it.
She didn't make the top 50.
She didn't make it. No. And they even gave slot 50 to the Migos for Culture 2, which I thought was I didn't really like that.
Yeah, but they paradigm shifters. They are.
But
I give them some credit. They move. And then I went to see them perform, because remember on my birthday I took the kids to go see Drake and Migos.
They got hits for days.
Yeah, they got hits for days. They got hits for days.
Like that,
and another list came out that we did on Eli's show. What list was that? Me and Eli did a top 10 list, Billboard list. The Billboard list, because I'm the only one who do 2 shows around here. Just put that out there.
I kind of do 2 shows. Like,
I'm
producing,
working the scene.
I be producing.
Anyway, Eli hit me with the Billboard charts, and Cardi B came in at number 5 or 6 on the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
Money Makers or something else she came in. So she did pretty well for herself. I'm not mad at her. I think her and her husband have broken up.
Yeah, so we usually talk about, what we're going to talk about in the show. And he, tried to, bring up this topic. I said, our fans will be upset at us if we're talking about
I don't
Cardi
think
B
so,
and her
because
husband
it's
breaking
a little bit of gossip, just 5 minutes. They broke up. She showed a picture of the baby.
I think he has an album coming out next week.
So then it might be fake.
I think it's promo.
Right, because she didn't seem too hurt.
Yeah.
But then again, chicks from the Bronx don't really care about that. They're like, hey, it didn't work. I love my baby father. We're going to take care of the baby. But I tried. It just did not work. Fuck them. Can I say that on TV? Yeah. So, you know, them celebrity relationships are contrived to begin with.
Yes.
Because it helps both of their careers.
Yes.
And then they don't work.
Kinda, you know what's crazy? It kind of helped his more than hers.
Than hers, right? Because I don't know. If I saw all three, I couldn't name who was who.
Yeah, exactly.
Mo, Larry, and Curly to me. I couldn't say, oh, this is
the average fan.
The average fan, you know. So
okay, I can see that.
You know, she helped him, and now he got a new album coming out, and then they'll get back together. It sounds good.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Sounds good.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, Ding Dong, the witch is dead.
Ding Dong, the witch is dead.
George Bush Sr., George H.W. Bush.
We have to hold hands.
Nah.
Can we
say no?
Yeah. Uh-oh, Malcolm.
Who did that?
Malcolm did that?
Who did that?
Uh-oh. Stop the presses. Malcolm took that screw in his ass. Loosen that shit up. He like, yo, fuck the president. Yeah. So, let's give a brief history on H.W. Bush.
So he was after Ronald Reagan, am I right?
Yes.
He was after Ronald Reagan, and he was also spitting that war on drugs rhetoric.
Yeah, him and Nancy started the, what was that saying? Just say no?
I feel like, wasn't that Reagan?
Oh, that was Reagan. I'm sorry. That was Reagan. But they were on that. First of all, you know he was the biggest drug dealer in America.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Him and the
Iran-Contra with
Oliver North and Ricky Freeway Ross and them shit. Yep. Right? So CIA. He was the head of the CIA. His father was also down with the CIA, and Prescott Bush was Skull and Bones.
They all were Skull and Bones.
Yeah, they all were Skull and Bones, and the father was with Hitler. You know, they helped Hitler handle his business. So don't think Trump is by himself. When y'all say Trump is the new Hitler, don't think Trump is by itself. He was also boys with Tim Osman, a.k.a. Bin Laden.
Oh, because he was CIA.
He was CIA? Yeah. So people forget that Bin Laden was CIA, a.k.a. Tim Osman.
And he provided the weapons.
Yes.
He provided them the Al-Qaeda weapons.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, and that's just some of the shit. And he was also the dude who shot Reagan. What was his name? Hinckley?
That was before my time.
Yeah, Hinckley was his boy. He was having dinner with Hinckley the night before Reagan got shot.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that shit. Listen, these Bushes is right. He's the first one who introduced the term New World Order. You know what I'm saying? He said, when it's a New World Order, when we reach it, and we will. So these boys, it's funky.
Yeah.
But one man's hero is another man's villain. Now, what do I mean by that, Malcolm? I mean, for all of them people, for what he did to us, there are people who honor him because for your freedoms, shit got to be done in this country.
Yo, they shut down the post office.
Yeah, they shut down the post office.
Odyssey is livid right now. She ain't getting none of her packages.
Oh, yeah, her packages is coming.
She's livid.
Shit. She's like, who? What? The post office?
Yeah.
George, who?
Yeah.
She don't play that shit. She be having packages coming and shit. So, you know, again, so he is somebody else's hero.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And you think it's easy, and I'm not making excuses. You think it's easy being the president of this country. It is not.
Well, you gotta get your hands. Gotta be
your
money.
Hands gotta be. You think Malcolm couldn't even fire Alejandro because his kids was cute. Can you imagine what you would have to do as the president? Right, of this country. So everyone is always talking about, well, this president did this. What the fuck would you do if you're the president?
First, did you see pictures from the funeral?
I saw him hand Michelle some candy. That's their little thing.
Yeah, so, but the fact that you know what's crazy? People are completely forget about his 2 terms as president. Yeah. Because he's handing Michelle candy.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
No, absolutely. No lie. It's crazy. People, oh my gosh, I love their relationship.
Yeah, that shit is so cute and shit and all that old bullshit. This motherfucker knocked down the World Trade Center.
It's a war criminal.
It's a fucking war criminal.
Well, all of the presidents.
But all of them are. All of them are.
And
we need to stop being naive in what we think the president represents. The only president who was trying to really change the shit was Kennedy. Right? Now, his family was greasy. right? And his family was in the mob and all that shit. And he saw a different America. And he said some real out of the box shit. So they made a public, spectacle of his ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the only one who I could say was really trying to go against the grain because he didn't know how this game was played. You know what I mean? So with that being said, fuck him, fuck his son, fuck their wives. I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? I really don't know what else to say.
It was hard to find a picture of him that didn't look creepy.
That look creepy, right?
Yeah,
All the pictures look like.
And then especially when in his like old age in the wheelchair, like
And they usually don't show pictures of white heroes in their old age. They preserve those images, but they actually showed him, and I was really, really surprised about that.
You seen?
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
I didn't know Jimmy Carter was still alive.
Yeah. Jimmy was still alive.
Like 102.
Yeah, he up there. Whatever the fuck he is, he's up there.
This is another kind of gossipy story, but I thought it had a different lesson in it.
Okay.
So early in the week, there was a picture out that seemingly looked like Travis Scott whispering in the ear some little thing.
Right.
And people were running with it like Travis Scott is cheating, and then he commented like, "Yo, that's not me," and people was like, "Fam, that's you,
you, fam.
Come on." And then so. Even I was like, all right, cool, down with the lie.
Right.
I'm not mad at it.
Down with the lie.
Down with the lie. I'm not mad at it. But it came out that this YouTuber performed a social experiment to see how fast these fake news can travel. And then he shot these pictures himself. He got his boy to shoot these paparazzi style pictures. He saw one that looked like it could be Travis Scott. He goes, all right, we're going to run with this one. He put a TMZ watermark on it. And the news spread like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
At the speed of light.
Yep.
So what lessons have we learned here?
How fast fake news can travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very important that we don't jump on all of these stories and run with them, because if he can do that, what can your government do?
Facts.
Right? With CGI.
And he even said, I don't even got to Photoshop this. Like, this looks...
Exactly. So with CGI and other aspects, they are now fooling you in real time. So you got to be careful, because fake news is everywhere. And that was Trump's narrative. He kept saying, yo, this shit is fake. Fake news. And people kept saying other shit, but he said, yo, it's fake news. You know what I mean? So,
I didn't know, I started realizing how serious people take memes when, like, this is like early when Instagram kind of first started, and people would somebody would show like a picture of like Diddy, and it would have some quote, and I'm like, he probably never even really said that.
He never even said that shit.
And then, but people think he actually said it, and that was like early, like years ago.
And then we dealing with clickbait, right? Just because you click on my shit, I get paid for that.
Yep.
And so now there are the clickbait masters who do that. I told you, they used to get media takeout used to be the worst. We got pictures of Beyonce's bush, and I sit there for 30 seconds, like, because the emotional shit, and then I'd be like, let me click on this shit and see what's going on, and it'd be nothing. It'd be a little, you gotta fucking open up the screen like super large to see a little nothing. And they got me.
Shout out to Octavius, we appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate that support. So clickbait, fake news. Soon with Operation Bluebeam, they're gonna start showing you these goddamn holograms that look extremely real in your mix. UFOs.
We went on.
Watch this shit.
What was that ride we went on in Disneyland?
Oh, that shit was crazy.
With the holograms.
The holographic ride we went in. Yeah.
I was like,
yes.
And that's like in 2004.
That was a long time ago. So can you imagine where they at with it now?
Yeah.
So we do understand what's going on with fake news out here. So stay alert. If you see me out here in the strip club smacking some ass, it's fake news.
So the NYPD unveiled their drone program. Yeah, and a lot of people are worried that it's going to be an invasion of privacy. It's going to invade.
Listen, they're already watching you through your fucking TVs and your smartphones, listening to the conversation. Freedom, or what you call privacy, is been long gone. There are no more secrets in this world, but now they just putting it out in your face. Imagine your boys chilling on the corner and the shit is scanning faces and shit. Child support. Now you running and shit on the fucking drone and shit. It can get crazy out here. You know what I mean? So that's where they're going. So now some fucking nerd gonna be sitting at his desk controlling drone. Cause they already got the lamps in New York, the light poles with the cameras in it and the microphones to pick up audio sounds.
What?
Dude, you need to look up. That's the problem. Y'all don't look up. Everybody in their phone doing this. Right on all these corners, they got these fucking cameras in the light poles.
Ooh.
And audio, a special kind of audio that pick up gunshots. So when they hear it, they can tell what block the gunshot came from and send. Soon they're gonna send drones. Now, once the drones come, you know what come next? The armed drones.
Yeah.
Put your fucking hands up. You running. That's your ass.
Some people have know how to use guns.
Some people know how to already switch.
Yes, yeah.
Flip that. So that's the future. Everything is artificial intelligent. They're already showing you the robots that's gonna be stopping. License and registration, please.
Sick,
This shit is sick.
Shout out to Les Charles.
Les Charles, thank you so much.
Urban excellence for reals.
Appreciate you. So that's where this shit is going.
Oh, we forgot to talk because you wanted to talk about 444. Stuff.
Yeah. So I read a piece, and I believe Blue Pill.
Yes.
Shout out to Blue Pill. He did a piece breaking down that No ID, the producer of the 444 album,
Which was amazing,
produced it in C note 528 or the A note of 444. See, the megahertz used now, or the hertz used now, is 440. That's the standard universal 440. It used to be 436, I believe it was, which was more of a healing tone because we are spiritual beings, light beings, and these frequencies. Now at the 440, it's disoriented. But 444 named the album 444,
right? And
the frequency that it was produced was 444, but in C note, you know what I'm saying, was 528. And C note, if you follow Leonard Horowitz's works, it's in your library. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's in your library. He has a book on healing. The name escapes me at the moment. And it talks about 528 being the universal tone for healing. So Jay-Z is getting esoteric with this shit. I'm pretty sure Young Guru has something to do with that. Because Young Guru and No ID, they on it. And Jay-Z is not a dummy. Don't ever think Jay-Z is a fucking dummy. You don't become a billionaire by being a fucking dummy.
I'm curious to see what his library looks like.
So Jay-Z, we need you to invite us over. And and so we can kind of have a real deep conversation about some things. I think that will help your career out, to be on Urban X, since we're the hottest things on the street. So, and send over some bottles of that, what's that, Ace of Spades shit, man. We drinking this cheap shit. Send over them fucking bottles.
Ace of Spades is nasty.
Please don't say that on the air
I'm
trying to get Jay-Z to come on the show.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
Awful.
But 528 is a healing tonality. And so now, brothers and sisters, when we start doing music and layering this shit for the subconscious mind for healing, that makes the project magical, right? So Jay-Z is on it on a whole nother level. I gotta big that up. And side note, like I said, he started his verse at the 222 mark, which is half of 444.
Yeah, that was on
and
purpose.
I don't know if that was
on purpose.
Synchronicity, but that's when his ass came in.
That was on purpose.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Not really. This is a cool story. Tyler Perry, he went to two local Walmarts in Georgia and paid I think $400,000 for everybody who had like things on layaway.
What?
Pay for everything.
Oh man, that
was dope.
So people went to get their stuff off layaway, and
all they have to do is pay 1 penny.
1 penny, your shit is paid for. Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go put a whole bunch of shit on layaway.
It's over. It's over.
Somebody else in New York, are they doing it? Any rappers?
I doubt it.
I like to go pick my shit up, and they be like, so that's $700. Yeah. And I'm like, no rappers came through here and paid for this shit.
But that was dope, man.
Put my shit back on the shelf. That's dope. We appreciate that. again, small things, gestures of kindness.
That's not a small thing, but it was
well, you know, not a small thing. And how much did he spend?
$400,000.
That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of people who are gonna have great holiday seasons. So I think that's big, man.
Yeah,
that's big. That's big.
So this is from Will I Am. He did an interview for Rolling Stone magazine.
Rolling Stone magazine,
and they asked him a lot of different questions you would ask a musician. In my opinion.
Okay, I think he's a different kind of artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's very bright, yeah.
So they asked him about do songwriters fear AI creating music? And you talked about this.
I talked about that, yeah.
And then he talked about, because I don't know if you've ever heard this, but they gave like an AI program or the Beatles catalog, and they created their own. The AI program created its own Beatles song from their stuff.
How does it sound?
I'm not sure how it sounds, but
okay. Yeah,
it can do that. So then he was talking about, how would they asked him like, how would music from AI sound? He goes, "There's human music that's trash." So
wow,
yeah,
wow,
yeah. Yeah.
He said human music is trash.
No, he said there is human music that is trash.
Yeah. So, but see, all human music possesses spirit. It possesses a creative energy that comes from within and beyond. So automation now is trying to mimic God in the sense, so it thinks it can make songs, but doesn't understand what soul is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how to manifest that soul in music, and I don't think it'll ever be able to do that, because the songs I heard that was made from artificial intelligence sounded like just very bland, sounded very generic.
Yeah.
It sounded like, but it could be the beginning stages of it. You know what I mean? They continue to study our behaviors. They're studying gene splicing. They're studying genetics on a whole nother level, and soon the information may be available for them to try to manifest what sound is. Because I told you, digital sound is what sound would sound like if it was really sound. It is a reflection of sound, but it's not actual sound. Put on a wax record and you can hear like Aretha Franklin has something in her music. It was called like I forget the term. It's like a reverberation that cuts off on the digital end. The digital end can't oscillate that high, so it always just kind of cuts it off and puts it in ones and zeros, and that's wax gives you the full essence, because wax is like the spirit. It is a carbon disk of 360 degrees that's spinning, creating vortexes, and that cannot be created by ones and zeros. I don't give a fuck what nobody telling me.
And then they asked him, they said, so hip-hop is the dominant form of popular music on the planet. How long will the dominance last? And then he responded, which I thought was interesting. He said, "What's the number one sport on the planet?" Somebody said, and then he said, "Soccer." He said, "Because anybody can play it. The problem with hip hop is that everybody can do it. It doesn't take much skill to do it anymore."
I can agree with rap.
Yes.
You know, I'm always differentiating between hip hop and rap music. Rap is palatable for everybody. Rap was a slowed down vibration so that Europeans could enter into it and participate. Hip hop was a very high vibration. What Rakim was doing back in '88, white people couldn't catch up to that. Okay. They were rhyming in too complex patterns and things of that nature. So I think rap with the Scooby-Doo run, and that's why all of these rappers today rhyme the way they do, is to slow down the vibratory rate so that white people can participate. But that's an entry level. So yeah, that's low-hanging fruit to say you're participating, but the esoteric essence of it, where the grand masters reside, you just can't do that. That requires a skill set. Quiet is kept. Okay. Let's clap that shit.
Clap that up.
James, I'm just gonna say your first name. Thanks, appreciate it.
Did you see the Wilder fight, the Wilder Fury fight?
I did not see the Wilder Fury fight.
Did you saw the
I
highlights?
refused to give them $100 or whatever it was asking.
You seen the highlights?
I saw a few of the highlights.
What did you think of the decision?
From what I understand from boxing aficionados, they said Fury beat him.
That's what I was.
They said Fury beat him, but he did knock him down twice, and the count was a little slow. And as a result of that, they'll make more money on the next fight. Actually, but whenever I watch Wilder's not a boxer. He's wild.
He's a brawler. Yeah,
he's a brawler.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson
was a brawler. He
got outboxed by Evander Holyfield, who was more technical. And once he was able to withstand the first couple of rounds, see, Tyson is never anticipating going past the third or fourth round. He know he's usually gonna knock you out in round 2. You go get coffee or get a drink, come back, the fight is over. So Evander withstand those rounds, and now you have to box me, and he exposed him. Buster Douglas just was on a whole nother level because his mom's had just died, so he was fighting.
That's a 30 for 30
special. 30 for 30 coming out on that, which will be great to see. So with Wilder, the power if he catch you.
Yeah, but what she did, well, you dropped him the second time.
He dropped him. Deontay Heath.
Oh, shout out to Trav. Trav, that's my man.
Trav, appreciate that.
We appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate that, King. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's my boy.
Yeah, he actually is having a 21-day plank challenge.
Ooh.
Because he's a personal trainer, plank challenge. So me and Eli did today.
Y'all did today?
Yeah, me and Eli, we did today. We put it.
Can I plank while eating a sandwich?
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can, because I'm planking on my elbows.
No, you can't. It's counterproductive.
I'll fuck up his plank. He'll be like, come on, Dad.
Counterproductive.
Really? You know.
But Fury, he's not gonna be able to be. What's the other dude's name? Joshua.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not gonna. He's gonna get smoked
because he's a boxer.
He's a boxer.
Okay,
and he's more powerful than Fury too.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. But maybe this will the heavyweight round might come back a little bit.
I was about to say that because this is the first time in a long time
that you even watched the heavyweight fight. So I'm hoping, but did you hear Wilder's statements when he was like, I'm fighting 400 years for freedom?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that? You looking at me crazy. He was like, your people too. Shit, we was all slaves.
To this day.
To this day.
Yeah.
To this day. I'm like, calm down, nigga. We've known this for a long time.
Yeah, that's what
he gave me the impression he had just read a book.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Like, I just read a nigga. I didn't even know we were slaves for 400 years to this day. Like, nigga, did you just read a book or something? Shit. God damn, this nigga seemed upset about that shit. Yeah, that's the vibe I got from that. That's the vibe I got from that shit. Like, this nigga just read a book.
Yo.
I love people who just wake up and they want to share shit. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, facts, man.
Yeah.
You got any questions?
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Who's the greatest heavyweight of all time? I'm going to say Muhammad Ali. He fought 15 rounds. He paid for it. But I used to watch fights in the 70s, and it was 15 rounds.
15 rounds?
15. Right? And they was duking it out. There was no, Mayweather shit with niggas. Yo, let me tell you, Ali was so ill with his hand speed and his psychological game. I saw him stand in the corner, and you might have seen it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And dudes is just missing. Yeah. So for me, Ali was the greatest. Plus, what he stood for off, out of the ring. I thought he was the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Somebody said, what was the question?
I would like to donate, but the Jays come out on Saturday. Nat Turner, get them J's, kid. Don't play. We understand it. Get them J's, nigga. Hey, I don't know what number coming out, but get them J's.
Somebody said, what y'all drinking? This is Bel Air Rosé.
It's Bel Air Rosé.
We're not trying to promote them because
it's the poor man's Moet, but I think it tastes better than Moet.
Yeah, Moet's not that good.
No,
it's alright.
No, Moet is overrated.
Yeah, it's alright.
But this is this a little dry.
Moet is dry.
What'd you think about this? Because I got this for you. I don't want y'all to think we was gay and we got the pink bottles and shit. They probably said, damn, these niggas is gay. These niggas is drinking like pink shit. No, because I tried the gold and I tried the white bottle, and wifey wanted to try the pink bottle, so we got that for her. It's pretty good.
I got a question. Somebody said, at which age did you become conscious and what made you aware of what was going on?
Okay, conscious in the sense of knowledge was probably about 11 or 12 years old. The 5% Nation is the first ones who told me that the black man was God, and the way it was presented to me was believable. Prior to that, my grandmother was what we now call a root worker. So she was into spirituality. She would use me at 4 and 5 years old to do some of the rituals that she was performing. I saw dimensions open up. I've seen entities pop out of other dimensions as a kid. I suppressed all of that because, you know, my friends and family used to tease me by what I could see. And it wasn't until Bobby Hemmett showed up on the conscious scene, and he was from South Carolina. He reminded me of my grandmother, that I levitated back to the sciences and got back into, you know, not suppressing what was inside, but I was always intuitive, always on top of things. And Bobby Hemmett helped bring that back out, and the rest is what we call history.
Somebody asked you, so I have a question.
Yes.
What borough in New York City has the best MCs? Throughout history. We're not talking about right now.
Throughout history,
this caused another debate in my group chat.
The Bronx.
Okay. Why?
I'm going to say the Bronx because this is the birthplace of it. I'm going to say the Bronx because Grandmaster Caz is from the Bronx. Melly Mel is from the Bronx. There's so many MCs. Special K from Treacherous 3 is from the Bronx. The list goes on. This is the archetype place where it was created. Now, if we're talking sales and notoriety, I'm going to have to say Brooklyn.
Okay.
Right? I give Brooklyn that.
Okay.
Right? But I always go, it's all depending where you're drawing from.
Yeah, because we were talking about, like, every time, because when we had this discussion, every time we said, I bring up those names, right?
Right. And they don't know who those names are.
And they go, for real?
Yes.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Listen, always go to the source, right? When you deal with metaphysics, you don't deal with the effects. You deal with the cause. So I deal with Melly Mel, Grandmaster Caz, Almighty KG, JDL, Whipper Whip. I deal with Special K. I deal with those who laid the foundation for what became hip-hop throughout the world, and then it permeates to other places. Because let me tell you, Jay-Z, Big Daddy Kane from Brooklyn, those are undeniable forces. Biggie, you cannot deny those forces. So, Queens, you got Nas, you got LL Cool J, 50. 50? Nigga, did I just say that? As a rap MC?
What? 50? Really?
As an MC.
Dude, he has, in the last 15 years.
I'm not talking sales.
We're not, but that album was amazing.
Are you talking rappers or MCs?
Oh, we're talking MCs then. Fine.
Okay, we're talking MCs.
Fine. We're talking MCs.
50 Cent was a dope rapper.
Okay.
Okay, in my humble opinion.
Touche.
And 50, get at us, because we need to go from 21,000 to 40,000, nigga. What?
Okay, touche.
Somebody get that to 50. So every borough, Rakim is from Long Island.
True.
De La Soul, Public Enemy, EPMD. So it's really a balance, but it all echoes and goes back to Atlantis. Hip Hop Atlantis, where all of them traveled to, right? Mm-hmm. They all traveled to the Bronx, or them tapes traveled via the Bronx and so forth. So I'm always dealing with the source, and I'm gonna stick to that.
And I always said if Pun,
Big Pun.
I always say if Pun had a second album,
he would have solidified himself as one of the greatest.
Yeah, easily.
Hands down.
Easily.
So Harlem, Kumo D, Big L, right? So we got some dudes out in Harlem that was putting that work in. LA Sunshine. So nah. It spreads, but I'm gonna go with the source. Yeah. Any other questions out there?
Somebody said, who's your favorite MC? Your top MC?
My top MC of all time was probably Kumo D. Because he was a dark-skinned brother, looked like me. He was intelligent in his rhymes. But I had so many. The one that came out in my class, because I dropped my album in 88. Side note, they just did something called Top Shelf 88. It was on Good Morning America recently, where all of those artists from 88 put out new songs. Special Ed, MC Light, Big Daddy Kane, a lot of them shouting them out. But I would say from that era, it was Rakim and Big Daddy Kane. You can hit me with either one of them. The era after that, I'm gonna say Jay-Z, Biggie, and Nas. The era after that, nobody. Fuck, Sa-Rock, Cambada, Nairobi Selah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, facts.
And we had this debate earlier. Your top 5 groups.
My top 5 groups, because you had the nerve, the unlimited audacity.
No, because I had a different.
To say Migos.
I had it because I'm saying a group that came in as a group, not a crew of rappers who are just like G Unit. That's a crew of rappers.
Right.
Dipset is a crew of rappers.
Right, but they're not a group.
They're not a group. Like the Lox is a group. All 3 of them rap.
Right.
Wu-Tang is a group. All 9 of them rapped.
So I'm gonna say
Outkast is a group. Both of them rapped.
So Public Enemy is a group. They came out as a group.
But Chuck was the only one that was rapping.
No, Flavor rapped. He had 911 is a joke. Right?
Can you? No, we're not. No.
Griff had bars.
You're reaching.
I'm just saying. Okay, so again, it's all depending where you pulling from. I got to go back to the Cold Crush Brothers.
Okay.
I got to go back to Treacherous 3. I got to go to De La Soul. I got to go to the Jungle Brothers.
Okay.
I got to go to A Tribe Called Quest. I gotta go to the Ghetto Boys. I gotta go to NWA. I gotta go to the Lox. I gotta go to Wu-Tang Clan. I gotta go to all of these groups before Migos. I gotta even go to Bone Thugs and Harmony. I gotta go to all of those groups, and I know I'm missing some groups out there. Forgive me, because this is off the top, and I'm drinking this shit here.
So. It was probably a reach for me to say that, but it was just to make the point that they are closer than a lot of people give them credit for.
Yeah, maybe in the top 20.
Especially consistency.
Maybe in the top 20.
Okay, I'll give them that.
Yeah, maybe in the top 20. Yeah, I'm not gonna knock that. Any other questions out there before we get out of here?
Yeah.
3-6 Mafia. Thank you. Goody Mob. Outkast. Are you fucking kidding me? Shit. Absolutely.
I don't know if I. Yeah.
Skinny Boys? I don't know.
I don't know Skinny Boys.
Method Man and Redman, who created their own group out of the original group. Shut up. Mobb Deep. Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. You're right.
Buckshot and them, of course. Black Moon.
All right. No more questions?
Any more questions? Anything you want to know? Health, wealth, finance, fuck, relationship. All that shit. Run DMC, the greatest group of all time. Or right up there. Kid and Play. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you need to do more research before you say that crazy shit.
Nah, it was just like a...
Migos.
No.
MOP. How about some hardcore?
No, it was just like I feel like a lot of people don't give them the credit they deserve right now because they
You just complained about them being in the top 50.
I didn't think that album was good.
Oh, you're talking about the album.
That album, I didn't think that album was good.
Got you. Dead Prez. Yeah, the list goes on and on.
Oh, the Clips. Yeah.
The Clips.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
God damn, Malcolm, they shutting you down.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. That's cool.
Hot Boys.
That's cool.
Throw them in there.
The Hot Boys.
Yeah. Throw the Hot Boys in there. Yeah, they got the Hot Boys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who's your top 3 Philly MC? I don't know a lot of Philly MC.
Yeah, that's gonna Jet Fresh Prince.
Or Black Dot.
Oh yeah, the Roots, of course.
Yeah.
The Roots. Yeah. Cash Money as a DJ.
Yeah.
Jazzy Jeff as DJs. Yeah, sure.
Somebody said, can you elaborate on 1111?
1111 being the gateway. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you see a 1 and 1, the space in between is the void. And that void is where energy moves in and out. So that's why taking down the Twin Towers was a ritual in the sense that a void was being opened or removed, maybe even shutting down a gateway for entities to get in and out. Go back to the Matrix movie when they went to see the Mariovingian. What floor did they get off on? 101. Because he existed within a void. He didn't exist in our reality. So 1111, whenever you see that number, they say that number is a spiritual number. So if you see it on the clock and you tune in, it just means you're in tune with that. We can go deep into that. We'll bring King Simon up here to shut all that shit down.
And somebody is always asking. People always ask for Obar, so we got to bring him back.
Obar will be here soon.
Yeah,
Obar will be here soon. I promise you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yep.
Onyx. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. You should go in the corner.
Yeah, I got it.
And hide your face for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, with that being said, we're going to let that thing go. We love you.
We appreciate you. So if you want to also subscribe, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button if you're on YouTube.
Did we get through this show with no glitches?
Yeah, I think we did.
Clap that shit up.
That's a fact.
Yeah. We working behind the scenes on some things.
Yeah, making improvements.
On
the show.
On the production, yeah.
Don't forget to add us on Instagram and Twitter at UrbanX_NYC.
Yeah.
Go to the blog, subscribe to the blog at UrbanX.NYC.
Yeah.
Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Radio Public, Audio Boom.
And the creator of these shirts, we appreciate
We appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, we really do. And with that being said, we love you. Peace.
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay.